GS is dying. Isn't the first time I made this video. Probably won't be the last. It may be the last. Who knows what happens within the next few months on this channel or with the game. I hope you guys do realize that this game is kind of going downhill. I've seen this happen with other games before that I played and that unfortunately died and got closed down. Isn't the first rodeo I've been in, and it probably won't be the last one either. There's a lot of events that led to this, of course. You know, we had the whole banner thing, the whole business stuff, and I think it was even before that. Just a lot of people finally came together and picked up and was like, you know what, screw this game, I'm done with it. A lot of people quit. A lot of veterans quit. People in my Discord that used to play GS non-stop and help people all the time. It's not a thing anymore. People don't really like playing the game. People may play for the new 120 luck units, but that's about it. Anything else in the game, they're not playing. Lisa came out, people didn't get her, they uninstalled the game, they're just gonna wait and play the game whenever another update comes out that they may be able to get something. And if they don't get anything, well, GG, game's over. And that's the thing that really brings down GS compared to other games that are built like it. A lot of people said this game was built like Brave Frontier, a lot of people said this game was built like FFBE, and I finally came to the conclusion that, well, it's fucking not. I feel like this game's built more so like Dokkan Battle. And maybe like, but OP, what do you mean Dokkan? Dokkan back in the day was a game that was in a similar spot in GS. They had a lot of problems with the game, a lot of issues that needed to be resolved, like summoning rates and all that type of stuff. And they were very known to not listen to feedback for a very long time. Finally though, I don't know what happened, maybe, you know, management changed or something, but Dokkan finally started changing their ways. They started listening, they started adding stuff to the game, started making the game better, gave content to players to play, even made the game more free to play by giving everyone guaranteed SSRs or guaranteed 5 stars every multi. By the way, there's no paid currency in Dokkan, it's only free to play currency. And of course what I mean is like if you buy currency, it's not considered as paid currency. There is no like paid banner in Dokkan, it's just every stone is valued the same. So whether you grind it and save your stones or whether you spend hella money, it's still the same. You can summon on these banners every single time and you're gonna get a guaranteed SSR. Would it be the best SSR in the game? Probably not. You're probably gonna get cucked a lot, but at least it's there. And I mean, you know, you do get shafted, you do get mad, but at the same time, at least you're still getting something. And it's not like every unit on a banner in Dokkan is bad. Of course, getting dupe units of a good unit is really good in Dokkan. Not saying GS should do that, but you guys get the point. In GS, there's a big difference between paid and free currency. Free currency is kind of shit after the first multi. Paid currency is really good no matter what because they want to make the moolah on their greedy corporation. And with the banners in GS, there's really only 1, 2, maybe 3 good units on every single banner. Everybody else that you could possibly pull in the banner is relatively garbage. There's really no hidden gems anywhere, and if there are, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, they're kind of like whatever. And it's also too that I think GS, ever since the Blood Knights, they haven't been able to really create another spark with their units. Vox and the Blood Knight saga was very cool. A lot of people really loved it. But ever since then, they've been very skeptical whenever it comes to power creeping or buffing up units or making units stronger. Technically, if you've been playing since Vox and you've been having a solid account since then, you didn't really have to summon because they've never really power creep. They never power creep Vox, Berwick, Thetis, nobody. All the original Blood Knights are still extremely strong. They were of course the top tier ones. Hell, the only one that got power creep is maybe Swick because Sistina came out and it's literally the exact same unit, just with more defensive options. You guys see it's rehashed content over and over and recycle content with every single event. And I've noticed this for a while now ever since I was playing the game. Why do you think I always try to do stuff that was different and try to make my content very crazy once I realized that, well, I really wasn't having fun with the game. So I had to find a way to have fun with it, and that was the way that I took my content. Also, for some people, you may be like, OP, the game's not dying. But I mean, whenever so many people are mad, I can't really help but think that, yeah, the game is going in a very poor direction. And especially whenever the dev team is kind of hesitant to even give us any type of feedback. The only thing we got so far was a message from Eric talking about, we heard you guys, we listened, and they didn't do anything with the Lisa banner. If you guys really did listen and care, you would have changed something about the Lisa banner instantly. But of course, that's the thing, you guys don't do anything that of course takes effort unless you get that moolah at the same time. It's kind of crazy to think how different the game would be if we actually had a dev team that really cared and, you know, tried to make everybody have a fun time instead of just the whales having the fun time 24/7, and then you can cast away all your free-to-play players and even your veteran players, and you're like, no, the people who keep pumping money, we're gonna keep these guys around because we can abuse their addictive natures to spending money and make them feel like they need these units and keep exploiting these guys for as long as we can. And that's what every gacha game does. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just you guys know how to do it really well. And I don't even know how you guys know how to do it really well. The only time I ever got caught in this was with 7 Deadly Sins, and it was only with one unit, and that was with Green Merlin. I felt like I really needed her, and hell, I even dropped like $100, $200 that day just trying to get her. And it was very weird. Afterwards, I felt terrible about it. I couldn't believe I just did that, and then after that, I literally vowed to myself that I would never spend more than $100 on one banner. Even if I got super famous and, you know, blew up on GS, GS somehow revived itself, got millions and millions of downloads, I got millions of subscribers, and even then, I still wouldn't fucking spend $1,000 on one banner just because it's like I could spend that money on so many other things that could be more productive for me and my family than just, you know, spending it on pixels and JPEGs. No offense to Brian, by the way. I know you probably heard that. You may have been like, holy shit, OP, that kind of hurt, but don't worry, bro. I know you well on waifus and Fate. It's fine. It's not fine, but I'll still accept you as a home. And not only all the negative feedback, everybody keeps telling me to get the fuck out, and then I have other people that's telling me, OP, don't quit GS. So I'm very in the middle right now. I don't really know which crowd to listen to. A lot of people want me to go to other content, go to other games, play other games, have fun, and just make content. I'll have to kick it into overdrive most definitely because, I mean, the videos just wouldn't get as many views as they do now, but it's not the first time I would have to bust my ass for YouTube, and it's definitely not going to be the last. And the other people are just wanting me to stay, and I can't blame you guys. If I leave, there really is no one left. If I leave, that probably results in Sleepy leaving the content as well. Jin's no longer a content creator, so there is that. Doubt is an up-and-coming GS YouTuber, but he doesn't really post like very consistently all the time. He just posts, you know, really whenever updates comes out, gives his thoughts on it, and that's about it. So I don't know, he may quit or he may stay with the game, it just depends. But of course, me quitting the game would result in a lot of events that where people get very upset, which people would be like, no, OP, does it feel like you're trapped? No, not really. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people's told me in the past that if I ever quit GS, they would quit too. A lot of people's also told me in the past that they don't see how I got so far on GS, but they think it's a blessing for me because I can now take my content elsewhere. But of course, losing your biggest content creator, how would GS react? Probably with nothing. They probably wouldn't even care. There wouldn't be no YouTuber anymore to help new players or to make entertaining content for new players. You'd just see speed runs and stuff like that. That was the usual stuff in the GS scene until I came along. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, as a new player, a guy who was getting into the game, whenever I saw that shit, I was like, damn, this stuff is dry. So I tried to be like, you know what, I really like this game, I'll make content on it. And that's kind of how I started with GS, and boom, I mean, I just blew up with it. People hated me for it, people didn't like me, but it is the way of life is. So is GS dying? Unfortunately, yeah, from what it looks like. My views are kind of going down, or not really going down, but staying at the same pace. I'm not really gaining any more subscribers than I was in the previous months. I'm actually gaining less now than anything. And I definitely feel like the last peak GS had was during Yu Yu Hakusho. That's whenever a lot of people were watching videos, a lot of people were very interested in the game. And afterwards, I think everybody learned that the game just really wasn't it. So everybody stopped. And I can't blame you. Rehash content after rehash content. It gets very boring very quickly. I was going to do the new luck event and I quickly realized I've done this event like 2,000 times already. Just not against this boss, and it was with other bosses. And then I'm also upset for the new players that actually want to give the game a chance and really do take a liking to it, but just can't because, well, they get cucked. They don't get the units they want. There's no real incentive to keep playing after you get cucked, and people just quit the game, uninstall it, never come back to it, just leave. And also, it's hard for them to get into the game too because every single unit that's top tier is usually tied behind a saga or a crossover banner. And guess what? We don't know when either one of those comes. Sagas are a lot more out there. They usually come around like every, what, 2-3 months? We have like a KOB banner, but crossovers, yeah, we don't know what the fuck be coming next. The only hope I have right now for GS is that on the dev stream that they're gonna do, or the Crunchyroll Expo stream in a few days, or on September the 4th, I think is when it happens, that they maybe talk about the game and don't just show content and make empty promises and actually show us something that they're adding to the game within literally like a week's time. So hopefully they'll show something there and don't just show us something that says it's coming soon, because coming soon in GS, like I said, means that anything could happen within either 2 weeks or it could be within the next 2 years. Except when it comes to units. If it's a unit, ooh lord, you better believe, especially if it's something that can generate the money, that baby is dropping next week. But gameplay content, get that out of here. I sleep. So OP, are you quitting? I don't know. It's very tiring for me to constantly keep trying to make videos for GS and constantly keep people interested whenever the game doesn't really support me in any type of way, and they couldn't give two shits about me. I think it's finally come to the time though that I've been in this jail for too long, and I can't take being here and just keep getting destroyed by this developer over and over because of these trash business practices, and I don't think you guys should either. I don't mean not support the game, of course if you love the game, keep supporting it, but as for me, my love for GS died a while ago. It was my love for content creating that kept me going for so long. So as of right now, yeah, I'll probably still post GS. I'll probably just start posting other games, and because the Versus series, they just don't really get as many views as I would like them to. I spend a lot of time on them and I don't really get nothing in return. If I wanted to, I'm telling you guys, I could post a video that was a 10-minute long video with no editing and just me talking about a banner, and it would get more views than any video that I put tons of hours into to make. And that's kind of just the sad truth of how it is, because people don't really care about entertaining content anymore for GS. Of course, this could change within the Crunchyroll Expo days. I could maybe see myself possibly spending more time on GS again. It just depends on what they say. I'll probably live stream the Expo too because I got into it. It's a free registration. I don't think there's anything against me live streaming it. If there is, well then, oops. I'll probably live stream it and see what they say, see if they say anything good. But gonna be honest with you guys, mobile games, I'm kind of getting a little bit burnt out on. I'm not really enjoying them as much. I'm really just not even playing them. I haven't played Fate in like a few days. I haven't played Dissidia in about a week. I really only get on GS just to make videos, and I would much rather play games with my friends and enjoy making memories with other people than playing a gacha game that doesn't, give me anything if it closes down. If GS closes down, of course I'll be thankful for all the people that I meet, but there's nothing memorable that came out of GS. Of course I'll remember all the units and everything because of course I did all the videos, but as for like moments and stuff that happened, no, not really. I am very appreciative of GS though and everything it's done for me, but I also can't stand to see the path that it's chosen. That's how I feel. I've been wanting to get this stuff off my chest for a while. I've been feeling like this for past like 2 months, possibly even 3. Even like when Yu Yu Hakusho came out, I was still feeling this way. So yeah guys, it's gonna be it for the video. Thank y'all for coming out, and last but not least, man, don't forget to drink water.